Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my channel is all about lifestyle and gaming, and today's video is going to be my favorite games that I've played so far in 2024. The year is not done yet. There are still a ton of exciting games that are coming out, but there were some releases that I thoroughly enjoyed and some games that were classics that I tried for the first time. So I thought we'd go through, discuss the games that I've played and which are my top 3 favorites so far. But before we get into the video, I want to say a huge thank you to Ana Luisa for partnering with me on this video. This is honestly a dream collab for me because I have a ton of pieces from Ana Luisa already. If you don't know who or what Ana Luisa is, it's a jewelry brand that prides itself in sustainability and tarnish-free jewelry at an affordable price. And they're also 100% carbon neutral, which is also great for the planet. They so kindly gifted me this bracelet that I'm wearing and some of the earrings that I'm wearing as well. I love Ana Luisa. Again, I have so many pieces from them. The quality is great for the price, and I also love the fact that they're hypoallergenic. I actually get very allergic to certain metals, so the fact that I can wear this jewelry all day, every day, and know that I won't get any weird allergic reaction. So if you guys want to check out Ana Luisa, there is a link in my description box for you to go check them out. They have a variety of styles. They have gold and silver, so if you're more of a gold person, you can get gold. If you're more of a silver person, you can get silver. And let's say you're not shopping for yourself, but you're shopping for a loved one, they always have deals. I think right now they're having like a buy 3 sale, so yeah, definitely check out Ana Luisa. And once again, thank you so much to them for collabing. So in 2024, I've played quite a few games, and just to list the games that I've played and completed are God of War 2018, Spider-Man 2, God of War Ragnarok, Persona 3 Reload, Hades, Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, Superliminal, Stellar Blade, Limbo. Well, I guess that one's not really completed if you've seen my Limbo video. I feel like this is my own hell. And Hi-Fi Rush. I'm currently playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I have not finished it. I have only 2 chapters left, but I don't think I will include it in this list because, again, I haven't finished it. And I honestly believe that you should only judge a game from start to finish, because the end of a game can completely change your mind on it, at least in my opinion. So yeah, we're just gonna go into my top 3 games that I've played in 2024, and then I'll also do some honorable mentions before I go into my number 1. So at number 3, my favorite game that I've played so far in 2024 is Stellar Blade. If you want a full comprehensive review of what I think about Stellar Blade, you can check out my Stellar Blade highlight video. At the end of that video, I pretty much give my all-around thoughts. I know that this game has caused a lot of controversy in terms of the visuals and it being a PS5 exclusive. Some people love it, some people hate it. I don't really like console exclusives, but there has been talks about Stellar Blade possibly coming to PC, which I think would be great. While I also have issues with the games in terms of its writing and its platforming mechanics, because as we all know, Katie hates platforming games. Besides those, I would say that the positives, like, they outweigh the negatives by a landslide. The combat is so fun. The combat and cosmetics are like my favorite thing of this game. The fact that all of the outfits are free, they're not DLC, they just come with the game through different side quests, main quests, etc. is amazing. I literally spent so much time just finding outfits. Like, that was genuinely fun for me. Again, with the combat, it just feels so satisfying. It's my first like Souls-like. Now, by no means do I think it's as hard as a Souls-like game. I mean, I can't really say. I've never played Dark Souls or Elden Ring or anything like that, but it has very similar mechanics, and I don't know, I really liked it. It was the first kind of action game that I've played like this, and it just feels really satisfying. The skill tree, you get a ton of skill points, which I like. They don't cheap out on it. You don't have to grind too much. I think the only other negative I'd have to say about the game is like the visuals could get a little bit boring because there are two open world parts that look very similar to one another. But like I said, I think the positives like outweigh the negatives, and the music is great. It's just overall a great game, and it's honestly one of the only games on this list that I've played more than once, which I am not the type of gamer to play a game more than once. Usually I'm like one and done unless I really like it, and Stellar Blade I really liked. So yeah, I highly recommend Stellar Blade. I think definitely check it out if it goes on sale or once it finally gets ported to PC. It's a good, fun overall game. Like, you don't have to think too hard. You could just beat up stuff being like a hot lady, and yeah, I highly recommend. In second place, my favorite game that I've played in 2024 so far is Hades. This is a game that I honestly was surprised that I really like. It was the first roguelike and the only roguelike game that I've played so far, and I love it. No, I haven't played Hades 2 yet, because one, I think I'm gonna get very addicted. Two, I mean, I think it's an open beta, right? Or like open, it's not complete. I'm not saying that it's still not fun. I think I've heard many good things about Hades 2, but I'm not in a rush to play Hades 2. But I really like Hades. Like, again, it's my first roguelike I've ever played, and it is so addicting. I don't know why it took me this long to finally play it. I've heard so many things about it from friends, from my community on stream, and it's just great. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's addictive. I never got tired of it. I was playing it every single day for like weeks. I think the visuals are beautiful. I love the art style. I love the lore. Like, if you are a lore heavy person, you will love Hades. The lore is great. The voice acting is amazing. The music, the mechanics, like, it's just so, from style to music to mechanics, it's all so addicting. It's all so fresh, and I don't know, with every run you get better and better, trying out different weapons, trying out different builds. Like, I don't know, again, this is probably coming from a roguelike noob, yes, but I mean, Hades is popular for a good reason. I don't really have many negatives to say about Hades, if I'm being honest. Like, I genuinely am trying to sit here and think of one thing that I don't like about it, and there's nothing. There's literally nothing that I don't like about Hades. It's an amazing game. It makes me want to play more roguelike games. It's just chef's kiss all around. Again, like, I could talk about Hades all day, every day, because it's just that fun. But like, you already know, like, it's a classic for a reason. It's popular for a reason. Need I say more? There's not really much for me to say. So yeah. Okay. So I want to do some honorable mentions for some games that didn't make this list. I've only played 10 games so far in 2024, which is not, I would say it's a lot. I wanted to keep this list short and sweet, because if I tried to do like top 5 or whatever, like, I don't know, I really wanted it to be narrowed down to the ones that like I really love. So there are a couple games though that I want to give honorable mentions because they were on this list, and I feel like some people will be like, what? Like, why is this not in your top 3? Da, 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 da. So first I want to say the God of War franchise. So I did play God of War, the 2018 one, and God of War Ragnarok, and I love God of War. Like, do not get me wrong, I binged those games when I played them. I played them at the beginning of this year. I love Kratos, I love the story, I love the mechanics. It's very fun and engaging. With the other games on this list, I had more fun playing. I'm not really into mythology, which I know is like ironic because like Hades is literally mythology, but Nordic mythology I'm not like super into. Fantasy genres I'm not really into. Not saying that God of War is not fantasy, but you know what I mean. I still loved it. Like, that doesn't take away from my love for God of War. I really do enjoy it. I think it's such a great game. I still need to do the Valhalla DLC for God of War Ragnarok. It's a great game. It's not a game that I would put in like my top 5 games that I've ever played in my life. It's just a good game. And then another game I really wanted to shout out is Hi-Fi Rush. What happened to the team that created Hi-Fi Rush is very sad, which really sucks because I think Hi-Fi Rush is such a fun and unique game, and had they had better advertising and maybe a better PR team, I think it would have been more popular than it is. I don't think a lot of people actually talk about this game as much as they should. I think the graphics are amazing. The visuals are like this comic book style-esque, Borderlands-esque type of style. The music is amazing. The mechanics are really fun because it mixes rhythm gameplay with action. And the characters are fun. It's just a fun, unique game. Like, I've never played an action-y rhythm game before. It kind of basically got shadow dropped, and I just wish more people talked about it. I don't know. I love Hi-Fi Rush. It's a very fun game. Please go check it out. All right. The number 1, my favorite game that I've played so far in 2024. I think it is no secret. It is Persona 3 Reload. Okay, I have not been able to talk about Persona on my channel besides the Persona Cafe in my Japan vlog. I don't think you guys understand. Those who come to my streams understand how much I love. I mean, I have a Persona 5 blanket on my bed right now. This is all my Persona merch. I love Persona, and Persona 3 Reload was a game that I had been waiting for so long. Now, I want to preface that I never played the original Persona 3 game. I've only watched gameplay of Persona 3 because at the time I knew that there were rumors about a remake happening, so I was like, you know, why would I play the original when I know the remake's coming soon? And then what do you know, like a week later the remake was announced. I love this game. I'm a sucker for this game. Even through its flaws, I thoroughly enjoy this game. I know that some people have issues with the pacing, especially newer Persona fans. A lot of the critiques that I hear about is that the story is very slow and there are a lot of slow moments in the game, which I agree. I think that is one of its faults, but for it being a remake, I think it stays pretty true to what they were trying to achieve in the original. I also like the added things like Thurgy into the game, which was a really cool mechanic and I thoroughly loved. I always felt really satisfied when getting my Thurgies up and strategically planning when I would use them and when I wouldn't. I also like that the male characters are fleshed out more, since in the original they weren't confidants, so I feel like you really got to get to know them a lot better, and I really enjoy that. Another critique I heard was the voice acting, in terms of changing the voice actors. I personally didn't mind the voice acting. I think the voice acting was fine. I think Alex Lee freaking ate, and I also think the voice actor for Junpei freaking ate as well. But I think it was great that Atlas chose to choose new voice actors to kind of like give them a voice and give opportunities to up-and-coming voice actors. So another critique that I heard about was the music. I will say that there are some songs that I honestly prefer the original version over the Reload version. More specifically, Memories of You. I think Memories of You original version is a lot better than Memories of You in the remake Personally, it just like hits harder for me. But there are a couple songs that I actually prefer the remake version than the original, like Changing Seasons. I love the remade version of it. It's so upbeat, it's happy, and I think it also, the tone of kind of like what's going on makes it a bit better. I know a lot of people say that it doesn't fit, but I honestly think it's a nice contrast. Like, you know, Persona 3 is already like a pretty sad game, you know. I don't think it needs to be sad the whole time, and I think especially when it comes to the themes of the protagonist and what he kind of goes through in the game, I think it's kind of fitting to have a more upbeat tempo to show that, you know, at the end of the day, like, he is just a high school kid, you know, going about his daily life prior to, you know, entering Tartarus and all those things. I mean, what is there not to say about Persona 3 Reload? I think it's a great remake. It stayed true to the original in terms of its themes, and I think honestly, other Persona fans, let me know what you guys think. I think that Persona 3 Reload is a good start for anyone that wants to get into the Persona franchise. Persona 5 Royal was my first Persona game, and it was very overwhelming for me when I first played it. Speaking from personal experience, it was also like that first kind of game that I've played like that. So I would actually recommend Persona 3 Reload first, since it's a lot more simple. You get into the routine of the things that you need to do, and then transitioning into Persona 5 Royal as the next Persona game, or Persona 4 Golden. I don't know. I could sit here and talk about Persona all day long. Needless to say, Persona 3 Reload was gonna be in my #1 spot regardless, because I'm Persona trash. Like, I love Persona through its flaws, even through the things that I don't love about it. Like, overall, I love it. And also, like, Persona 3 ending literally changed my life. Like, that ending gets me every single time. It never fails to pull at my heartstrings. And Igus is like one of my favorite characters in all of the Persona franchise. So alright guys, those were my top 3 games of 2024 so far. There are a few games that are coming out that I'm highly anticipating, like Metaphor ReFantazio. I really want to play Black Myth Wukong. That's already out. I really want to play it so bad. Once again, a huge thank you to Ana Luisa for partnering with me in this video. If you want to check out their jewelry, make sure to click the first link in my description box. But I want to hear from you guys. What are your favorite games that you've played so far? New, old, whatever. What have you been playing? I would like to know. And yeah, I will see you guys when I see you.